This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. OZITO, give it a go with OZITO. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.
Hello Australia, welcome to another Big Couch, episode 479. We've got a huge one today. Check out who's on the show. Today we'll be talking about chocolate with Cara Walker, raw chocolate, can't wait for that. Later on we look at all the latest new movies thanks to all the distributors and Cameron Lynch. Jenny Gillson's back with another talking style, she talks to Paul Counsel. And later we look at the fantastic charity Cancer Council with Relay for Life, and we spin it to win it with another fresh local live contestant. It is such a big couch. It's 1 week after Easter. Hope you can stay with us. It's 479, it starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Big show. This week we're going to start a little bit different. We normally start with music, but today, because we've got such a packed show, we're going to start with a great interview. Now let me tell you about a great movie. It's called Good with Words. Now our very favourite presenter, her name is Lauren Vigus, is here with Watch This Space, and she's talking to the director and producer of this great new local movie made here in Perth. His name is Michael Riecken. Here's Lauren.
Thank you, Fred. Today we have with us Michael Riecken. Michael Riecken's from Angry Aardvark Studio. He's a producer and director there. Welcome to the couch, Michael.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
Wonderful. Now you have won 3 awards for short films that you released last year.
Yeah, we made 4 shorts last year. 3 of them won awards, People's Choice Awards or Best of Show Awards, things like that. And 1 was deemed too scary for a film festival.
There you go. And this year you're expanding yourself and you are releasing a feature film. So
Yep.
tell us more about that.
We started pre-production. We started shopping for a script late last year, December. We found our script in January, and we've been in pre-production. We shot our first footage on Sunday last. So the name of the film is Good with Words. It's a story. It's a romantic comedy. It's funny, it's sexy, it's smart. It's about learning to love yourself in order to accept the love of other people.
Right. And what brings you here to Perth, and who are you working with on this film?
I'm here in Perth because I have 7 kids who were digging a hole in the backyard, and they wanted to dig a hole to the opposite side of the world. It was just a whole lot easier to put everybody on an airplane and come. So I came from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the snow is still this deep, to sunshine and beaches, and it's a beautiful thing.
Right, and how do you find filming in Perth and the filming industry and getting started with that?
Sure. Well, we originally started with a core group of friends as our talent, and as we expanded and grew our production quality, we started outsourcing. We've used sites such as Star Now, Actors Now, we've used Accelerate Models to bring our talent in. I'd say the majority of it came from Star Now. We've sourced almost exclusively local talent. We have 1 person from Sydney who's flying over for filming here in June, but other than that, everybody is local, from our cast to our crew, and I'm local now too.
Fantastic, so great to hear. And the script that you've chosen to work with is you have altered it a little bit to include someone who's in a wheelchair as the result of a motorcycling accident?
Yeah, that's correct. So our story focuses on, it's not so much about a guy in a wheelchair anymore than Sleepless in Seattle was about a guy who wears shoes. It's just something that makes this character a little more dramatic. It's a story, the story is on many layers about people who don't love themselves for who they are. We have a person who is a large guy, wants to lose weight because he thinks that that is what it's going to take for people to love him. We have a guy who's not very smart who cajoles his friend into writing emails for him to make him look smarter. We have the young man in the wheelchairs played by Brody Massini. The character is Gabe. And Gabe feels that when he had his motorcycle accident, his girlfriend left him, and he feels that he can't be loved because of who he is. And the story is really his journey from thinking that he can't be loved to learning to love himself. And then once that happens, he opens himself up to the love of other people.
And why was it that you chose from a motorcycling accident and the spinal injuries?
Actually, we have a couple of advisors on the film. There's Andrew Ladawi, who's a wheelchair basketball player locally, and he broke his back in a mountain biking accident. And the character that we have of Gabe and the real life person of Andrew are parallel in a lot of ways.
Right. Okay. So when are you looking at releasing the film? Where is it in production at the moment, and when can we see it?
We just started production, so we just started filming, and we hope to have filming wrapped by the end of July. And
so it's quite a tight frame there.
Yeah, it's only about 20, 25 actual shooting days, but there's gaps in there. Because all of our actors they do other things, scheduling becomes a problem.
Yeah. And what's your budget like for the movie?
We have 3 budgets. Our big budget, our dream budget, is $248,000. Our minimum get-by budget is about $15,000, and that gets us our permits and our insurance and our location fees, things like that. But none of our actors get paid. So all of our actors, thankfully, have agreed to work on a deferred basis, and once we sell the film, touch wood, once we sell the film, they all get a share of the profits.
Fantastic. So, and is there anything else about the project that you'd like to share? You mentioned that you are an open community-based studio and board, so there's a lot of information on your website people can look at what you're doing.
Yeah, Angry Aardvark is a community cinema group, kind of like community television or community theater, where we have some people who have expertise that nail down the corners, and then we bring in people who have interest to fill in the spaces in the middle. And we're an open source organization. All of our contracts, all of our documents, our script is all on our website. So people who want to do this, people who want to make films locally, how do I get a location release? We have one for you. You can just go to our website and check it out.
All right, fabulous. And what was your website?
You can find the film at goodwithwordsmovie.com.au, and the studio is Angry Aardvark. That's angry with 2 A's, aardvark.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and Fred on the couch.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
If you want any further information on Good With Words and the Angry Aardvark Studio, you can go to angryaardvarkstudio.com.au, is it?
That's correct.
And that's Angry Aardvark with 2 A's, or you can go to thecouch.com.au. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Lauren, and that was her first interview on her own on the couch. Give her a round of applause in the studio, everybody. Well done. Thank you, Lauren. You can leave now. And she'll be back in about a week or two, actually a couple of weeks. She's going to the Blazing Duck thing next week. I think that's what it's called, Blazing Swan. This is Cara Walker. Thank you very much. Cara's going to be joining us in just a moment.
Hello.
She doesn't need a makeover, but you might need a makeover out there. If you would like to win a $2,000 makeover, let me tell you how to do it. We're giving away some great prizes. Thanks to Image by Jennifer, we're giving you style and consultation worth $1,000. Thanks to Angel MS Clothing, we're giving away $200 worth of clothing. Thanks to Catherine Colgan, makeup artist, we're giving you makeup class worth $300. Be by Bo hair of $285. They'll do your hair. Beauty Queens will do your nails for $210 to the value. And Paleo Rescue will keep it simple. Nutrition, $200. There it is coming up on the screen very, very soon. How to enter. imagebyjennifer.com.au is the website. Go to that, click enter now, and you enter your details. We're giving that away in a couple of weeks' time. And actually, Jennifer Gillson will be in later on the show too. We'll probably plug it again. Somebody that doesn't need any plugging, it's Easter's last week and she doesn't eat any of the commercial chocolate. Welcome back.
Hey Fred, how are we going?
Nice to have you here.
Good. I know I'm a bit past Easter to be bringing out the chocolate,
That's
but let's face
all right.
it, the more you eat, the more you want. So everyone's still addicted right now after a weekend of Easter eating last
Do
weekend.
you know, Cara,
Yes.
it becomes so commercial Easter. It's all about the eggs.
It's crazy.
But do you know the eggs are out in the shop by about February, March?
I know, and it's really hard because as a chocoholic, it makes me eat more for many months before, and I have to make the chocolate myself. As you know, I don't like the
Is there anything
standard
good
issue.
about chocolate? I mean, a lot of it, they used to say it was bad.
Magnesium is good in chocolate, and if you make it raw and organic and fantastic, then it gives you high energy. It's actually good for your weight.
And they reckon as a diabetic, I should be eating dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, yes. Okay.
Apparently it's better for you.
Yeah, well.
But
yeah.
what have you got? You've got
so
some
today
raw
I'm
chocolate.
actually here. We're not talking about the raw organic side. We've done that before,
Okay.
and you loved it. I made
Okay.
you a great batch, and you just ate it all lovingly.
Indulge. It was only the wrapper that was
A little bit
missing.
of sarcasm there, wasn't there?
It was bloody sour.
It's bitter. Well, I'm here to talk about the real bitter taste of chocolate, and this is about the fair trade industry. We're coming into Fair Trade Fortnight, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, and chocolate is actually one of the main areas that we focus on. Now, fair trade is becoming such a big topic for chocolate. However,
Well, what's it mean? What's fair trade
Fair
mean?
trade is the industries. We just buy chocolate from the shops, but where is it actually grown? And most of it, 70% of our cacao, the cacao beans, are actually grown on the west coast of Africa. And there's a lot of bad farming practices. The people have to hire the farms to grow their beans on. They've got to use a lot of chemicals, a lot of child labour, a lot of trafficking.
So they don't do things properly.
It is, and we pay them really badly, you know. So
my coffee shop in Naranda, I'm not giving them a plug, but they've got a sign saying we practice fair trade.
Exactly.
And all their coffee comes from fair trade.
It is
which
coffee
I think
and
is
chocolate.
fantastic.
It's the same thing. Yeah, the same industry, same area. We're really focusing on it a lot these days, which is really nice. However, 95% of the chocolate industry, cacao industry, is still not fair trade. So that's still supporting child labour, trafficking and forced labour.
And probably palm oil.
Palm oil. Well, they are. They're
it's
clearing the
terrible.
forest in Indonesia. They are, because we've got such a demand for it. So it's really, while we're still craving chocolate after we've had our indulgence, I should have done this a month ago, I'd like to say look out for the fair trade symbol, because it does make a difference. We think, well, you know, someone else is doing this, I'm not doing it. But where you put your dollar, where you fund the machine, is actually making a big difference. And you think, well, I have to pay $1 more for fair trade, so I'll just get the cheap one.
It's not that much more, really.
It's getting better these days, but what you're paying for is a farmer at the end of the line who is having sustainable practices, who is paying for his workers, who is able to put the money that he gets into the community, that, you know, such as good water and schooling. And so the little bits of money that we're paying for our chocolate here does make a big difference at the end of the line.
And Cara, you know, I have to say to you, I think most people say, well, how do I know if someone's fair trading? Yeah. Right? Most of them have got signs.
We do.
They want to promote
when you talk about businesses, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's becoming, like, I love the thing about sustainability. You've got to be seen to be green, which is kind of, you know, marketing annoying, but at the same time, it's really good that things are changing that way.
I think it's great. Why do you think they don't make it a law? Why don't governments say make everything fair trade?
I don't know.
Is it all about looking after the multinationals?
Well, of course. That's
I think that might be the case.
It's a little bit too deep for my chocoholic high right now.
Because you know what, I think it's it's the best way to go. I watched a documentary on ABC, and they were doing the same as what you were talking about, the chocolate, the cacao, and they were showing these people working incredibly hard, but they were getting paid decent amount of money, working the proper conditions. And I think that's really important in today's society.
Absolutely. And, you know, we push so hard for decent conditions for our society, so why aren't we supporting conditions in the other side of the world? Just because we don't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And when you're saying how can we find it, look for that fair trade stamp. That's a really important thing to go for. And even some of the mainstream chocolate companies, not going to mention any names, don't really want to support them, are having fair trade stamps on their chocolate. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're 100% fair trade. They can actually get away with it being a certain percentage, and they can get away with it being only certain lines of their entire chocolate series. So I would say look out for the brands that are 100%, and that means you have to get online and Google some of the things. I brought in a couple for you to try if you want, because I can't talk about chocolate and I have some.
Let me try this.
This is a standard issue old Easter egg from last weekend.
And I'll be really, really nice to you.
So that's just an old, you know, terrible. Can you taste the labour, the hard yards that someone did in
Keep talking.
Whereas the other side is a homemade, raw, organic, made with love and sunshine and happiness.
It looks a bit rough, can I say?
Pinto frame, because that's hemp seeds. They put hemp seeds in it for extra protein. You love it. Smile, smile,
no,
smile.
I will say,
you can hold a knife under the...
There is definitely a difference. This one tastes very sweet.
Yeah.
This one tastes more raw. And it tastes raw when I say that. It's got more of the flavour.
Yeah. Well, these are very extremes here. So this is, you know, not ethically sourced, not ethically made, and this is ethically sourced and made.
Did you make this yourself, or you bought it?
Did
you really make it yourself, honestly?
I did, honestly.
Can I say,
ask my
your
stepdaughter who's in
cooking
the studio.
skills,
I made 3
did
batches
Mummy
of it.
really make this? Really? Oh, she's saying yes. And you know what?
Thank you.
I've got to be really honest with you. Your cooking skills have become better.
You were just comparing me to Nico and you were pouring his stuff down.
No, this was really nice. I'm going to have another piece. That's how much I...
Please do, have more.
If I get
it's okay
diarrhea,
to
I'll
eat
really
healthy, Fred. It's okay. It's good.
I actually like that one.
Okay, we're winding up. If you would like some more information on fair trade chocolate, head to the Couch website, thecouch.com.au, and I'm going to have a link up there from World Vision Australia, which has some fantastic facts about Australia. So check out the website, thecouch.com.au.
And just before we finish, you know that show called Studio 10 on Channel 10 in the morning? It's like a morning magazine show.
No, but I don't.
Well, one of the presenters did you justice. Remember
Really?
we did the thing with your hair under the arms?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, Jessica Rowe did the same thing.
Ah, did she?
And
yeah.
she put her arms up and said she didn't shave.
Awesome.
And I thought that was Cara that set that
Yeah,
trend.
exactly. I've
well
been
done.
doing it for 10 years.
What about today, have you shaved?
Secret.
Thank you very much. Now, you've got a great guest coming in a couple of weeks' time.
I do. We have a guest next week. Antonio, we're talking about Fair Trade Fortnight again. We're rolling through
Beautiful.
with the fashion industry.
Fantastic as always. Thank you very much, Cara Walker. She's talking green. Go to her website as well because she's got heaps of information on there. And I go on there because if you want something different to the norm, go to Cara's website and you'll get that all on our website as well. We need to take a break. Cameron Lynch is coming up next to talk about the norm in movies. That's coming up next on The Couch. See you then. Thank you.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. OZITO, give it a go with OZITO. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.
Well, welcome back to The Couch here on Aurora Television and Face TV in New Zealand. Thank you for your company. Now, for those people who don't know, The Couch now is on the web, thecouch.com.au, so tell all your friends that miss out because they don't have Foxtel, or in New Zealand, of course. For those people who don't have Sky Television or Face TV, you can now join us on thecouch.com.au. 8 p.m. on a Sunday night, you will catch the new episode. That's 8 p.m. Perth time. So if you're over in Sydney going, I can't find it, you need to be 10 o'clock over there. You know what I mean. But just keep clicking on our website, you'll catch it eventually. Someone that catches us every time he comes in is Cameron Lynch. He's back with movies. Welcome back.
Hello, Freddie. How are you?
Good. You were a bit shell-shocked.
Just a little bit. I'm overwhelmed by the congruence of the crew and their coordinated uniforms here today. I'm kidding. I'm talking crap.
Big words. What's
yeah, I know.
congruence mean?
Nothing bigger than marmalade. That's what the brief said. I apologise. No, we've got very intelligent fans here at the Couch and across Foxtel and Aurora, and we love each and every
Thank
one
you
of
very
them.
much for Cameron. We'll go now to a break. No.
Jeez Louise, thanks a lot. That's appreciation for you. We've got some movies, some fantastic movies, and some not so great movies, but again, it depends on who you speak to. First up is The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Remember the old...
Do you need help? Do you have someone that looks after you?
That was Spider-Man.
Oh, that's what it was.
When I was a child, and probably not that far from when you were a child, thank you.
Well.
You used to go like this and go, tss, the web used to come out of the hands. No one remembers it?
The web used to come out of the hands. Wow. You learn something new every day.
He didn't wear gloves. No, not that. No, I think you've got the wrong
Andrew
hand.
Garfield and Emma Stone reprised their roles as Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, respectively, for the sequel of the original Amazing Spider-Man, which was very good. It's a reboot of the original Sam Raimi Sony's from the early 2000s. Also included Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn, Jamie Foxx as Electro, and Paul Giamatti as a small cameo role as the Rhino. Now, this is the intro of the Sinister Six that they were possibly speculating on for Spider-Man 3, because again, the rapid side, I'm trying to get the series as fast as I can. Some people are saying it's very good. They say it's a little too narrative heavy and sometimes stilted, but they said maybe it's a little over ambitious because there are too many bad guys. Let's take a look.
You know what it is I love about being Spider-Man? Everything. Peter Parker, Harry Osborn. It's been 10 years. What have you been up to? I do some web design. Nice arm. It's just the wrist, just on the wrist, buddy. Peter, you're gonna want to see this. Oscorp had you under surveillance. Why? Isn't that the question of the day? Nothing is what I thought it was.
I once told you that secrets have a cost. The truth does too. My name is Richard Parker. I have discovered what Oscorp was going to use my research for.
What is all this?
The future. We have plans for you, Peter Parker. You wanted to be the hero.
Need a hand?
Now you gotta pay the price.
We have the power now. We can change the world.
Then let's go catch a spider.
That was like...
It was
Did you see
exactly
when-
like absolutely. That is in cinemas now, so you can check that out. Just a real quick note: it is getting 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's an admirable score. It is a long film, 2.5 hours, but I've got some friends who are vehement Spider-Man fans, and they seriously didn't like this, unfortunately. So for action buffs, fantastic. For people who are fans of the source material, they may not get as much out of it,
Tell
unfortunately.
me, Cameron, have you ever been in a situation where there's been another woman?
Well, now that you mention it, Fred, I've got a confession to make. No. Never. Yes, but speaking of the other one,
killed the story.
I know. Sorry to poop all of your segue. But the other woman is a film starring Leslie Mann, the actress formerly known as Cameron Diaz, or parts of her.
What's
and
her real name?
Cameron,
Leslie, is it?
Leslie Mann.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and the very attractive Kate Upton, and the actor who plays Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, whose name is a little too long and
Is
weird
Kate
to
the
pronounce.
really young 21-year-old lady that just had
That-
her birthday on the set?
That would probably be her. Yes.
Yeah, apparently she had her birthday. She was on the 7 p.m, 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll cover all the time slot
Right.
project.
Okay.
Because you never know what time the project on. Just watch Channel 10.
The Channel 10 project.
But
Yes.
they all three of them were on there for the whole show, and
Okay.
basically amazing cast.
Right.
Great movie because I watched it myself
Oh,
a
okay.
couple of days ago.
Yep.
Very
So
good.
essentially, it's a story of Cameron Diaz falling in love with Jaime Lannister, for the sake of arguments. She finds out he's actually married. She befriends the wife. They sort of conspire and will basically become friends. And then they find out there's a third woman involved. All three women conspire to sort of ruin his life, essentially, as he's ruined theirs. It is a by-the-numbers comedy. There are people, such as Freddie and other cast and crew, who have seen it and they thoroughly enjoyed it. As long as you know what you're sort of getting in for, it's a lot of fun.
It's mindless fun. There's nothing to the script.
Absolutely.
It's pretty silly, but it's just a good time.
Precisely. So don't expect it to rewrite the comedy book anytime soon. But it's a fun writer's romp for all ages. Let's have a look. It's The Other Woman.
And they reckon...
This is big. You haven't dated just one guy in a long time. You cleared the whole roster.
I cleared the bench.
Hey, what's wrong?
Housekeeper called. A pipe burst in the bathroom.
So you're going to Connecticut now?
I gotta take a rain check.
I'm looking for Mark. You must be his housekeeper.
No, I'm his wife, Kate. Is this some kind of strippergram or something? Are you for real? I thought maybe we could have some dinner.
I let you in. We are not drinking Cosmos and braiding each other's hair.
He's meeting someone.
He must be cheating on both of us because it's not me.
Oh my... What are you doing?
What's going on?
Hi.
I can't believe he would lie.
You smell amazing. What is that?
I think it's just sweat.
So what do you want to do?
I want him to feel pain.
We should kick him in the balls.
No, I really like the way your brain works, but I think we're going for something a little bit bigger. I found this. He's stealing from his partners.
So let's find the money and ruin him.
Put the lawyer, the wife, and the boobs together,
And we know how to do it just as shady as he does.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, mistress number 3.
if we find any more mistresses, I'm gonna have to send her to rehab.
Very good movie, Cameron. I watched it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And like I was saying to you off air, that's probably the first time I've seen 3 women that are cheating on the same, or the man's cheating on all 3, that actually get along.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, actually. Yes.
Good twist.
I'm glad you thoroughly enjoyed it, and that's in cinemas now as well. Finally, we have Transcendence.
Yes, Johnny
I
Depp.
believe it's called. Starring Johnny Depp, Paul Bettany, Kate Mara, and a host of other stunt actors, basically, sort of stunt casted in there. It's essentially a high-concept sci-fi movie, basically sort of rewriting writing the books of genetic code and things like that. As far as I can tell from the trailer, Johnny Depp's character gets killed and he gets sort of uploaded into the internet where he gains this sort of sentient being. It's a movie that's not greater than the sum of its parts, and the fact that it's high concept, but they said due to poor narrative and bad storytelling, it doesn't quite get across the full potential of what's in there.
It's got to be better than his last movie.
Well, it's got to be better than his last 4 movies, I'd say. So, yeah.
I was being generous.
No, yeah. So, and again, speaking of stunt casting, he doesn't seem like he features in this movie that heavily, to be perfectly honest. And again, it might just be for marquee value. So
off the track.
Yes.
But are you surprised they haven't brought him into 21 Jump Street, the new one, 22 Jump? How come?
Well,
Johnny Depp?
He feature rolled in the original 21 Jump Street, but then he died. He got shot in the neck. So that's probably why he's not back for the sequel.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless they bring back Zombie Depp, which was, of course, Dark Shadows, which you fell asleep during.
Does he go like this?
Yes. In the privacy of his own home, yes, he does. Anyway, this is Divergence. Let's have a quick look. Very, very quick. Go, 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 go.
The path to building superintelligence requires us to unlock the most fundamental secrets of the universe.
Intelligent machines will soon allow us to conquer our most intractable challenges.
To develop new methods for the early detection of cancer.
To build a better future for all of us.
Simply put, to save lives.
Once online, its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person born in the history of the world.
Professor?
What did you do? Take out the cores.
Revolutionary independence from technology, Rift.
They hit AI labs all over the country.
They're determined to stop any attempt at what you call transcendence.
We're looking at 5 weeks before the system shuts down.
When I'm gone, keep moving forward.
I won't let you go. We can upload his consciousness. We can save him.
Not like this. If we missed anything, how will you know who you're dealing with? Oh my God.
It's like my mind has been set free. I'm gonna need to expand. I need more power. Get me online.
This is going well. Shut it down.
Shut it down! It's him! Where are you going?
Everywhere.
Your friends, they don't know the danger.
If she connects to the internet, the first thing it'll do is copy itself. And then there is no taking it down.
The real will die. Whatever it is, it's building an army out there.
What is this?
It's evolution.
This isn't evolution. It's an abomination.
What the hell's happening? I'm able to fix them.
This has gone too far, Will. Stop it!
I don't understand. This is the future.
This is not our future. Evelyn! You're not here with me.
You've changed. Have you fallen out of love with me?
No.
Have you?
If we don't stop him, it will be the end of mankind as we know it.
That will appeal to the people who are into the science fiction thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facebook likers.
Transcendence are not Divergent, unfortunately. That is in cinemas as well. So, and we're on to the top 5, I think, for Australia and New Zealand.
Let's have a look at the top 5 for this week. At number 5
Number 5, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
And number 4,
Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Number 3,
Divergent.
At number 2,
Captain America, The Winter Soldier, fabulous film.
And finally, at number 1 this week around the world,
The Lego Movie, mostly made in Australia, but didn't release till a month after. Hooray.
If you're in New Zealanders, check out your top 5s. At number 5,
Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Number 4,
Noah.
Number 3,
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Number 2,
Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
And at number 1,
Divergent.
Is it just me, or they're about 6 months behind us, or thereabouts?
No, they're pretty on the money, which is good.
Okay,
Australia, actually, we got Spider-Man before the rest of the world.
Wow.
And Captain America too, so we're actually quite good with that.
Wonderful. Well, can I tell you, I got Spider-Man in Bali about a year ago, but different way. If you would like to go and watch a fantastic movie, the one that you said with Johnny Depp, what's it called?
Transcendence.
That's the one. If you would like to win some tickets, we've got 5 double passes to give away thanks to our fantastic people at Buzz Marketing. This is all you have to do. Put the word that's on the screen right there. It's called movie. That's the code word. There it is there, Tony. And send it to 0439 929 929. That's 0439 929 929. Only 5 double passes. Anywhere in Australia, you can enter this, and the word needs to be Movie, M-O-V-E, you see it there anyway. Thank you very much to the people for supplying that, and Reading Cinemas as well. Thank you for your support of the segment as well. Thank you, Cameron. We'll see you next week with Showbiz and
Pleasure, as
entertainment
always.
or anything else.
Absolutely. Nothing
else you want to end with?
No, thank you very much. I think I've said more than enough today. So.
Thank you very much. All right. There's a fantastic organisation called the Cancer Council. They do great work around Australia and here in WA as well. They've got Relay for Life coming up in May. Check out this clip, and then Neesha will be in to talk to one of our guests.
I'm Ingrid. Hope lives in supporting loved ones with cancer.
My name's Danny. Hope lives in surviving cancer and being here for my sons.
I'm Casey. Hope lives in remembering my dad and raising money to help beat all cancers.
Support Cancer Council and join your local community's Relay for Life. Register now at relayforlife.org.au.
That's great, and we're joined today by Elisha Rose, the chair of the Relay for Life Perth. Elisha, you're back on the couch. This isn't the first time. It's the 14th year this relay has been in place. It's very exciting. Tell us about the relay and what it's all about.
This year we have a full capacity, 190 teams registered for the relay. We've raised $250,000 so far, so well on our way to achieving our $780,000 goal. We have 200 people for our survivors afternoon tea, and hopefully it'll be a fantastic event.
Phenomenal. And so the event itself, being the relay, of course, it's the biggest one outside of America. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Perth Relay is the biggest event in the world outside of the US, so we're very proud to wear that badge, and the committee worked very hard to put on this event and make sure that there's activities for the children, that we have entertainment, that we have our survivors afternoon tea, that we have lots of ceremonies and lots of great things to do over the weekend while you're relaying.
Now, there's a lot of teams nearly at capacity for this year. However, there are a lot of opportunities for volunteers still, aren't there?
That's right. We'd love people to come down on the weekend and help us volunteer. Obviously, we have lots of jobs for the young and the old to help out with. So if anyone's interested, they can contact the Cancer Council on 1300 65 65 85.
Fantastic memory there with that number.
Thank you.
So the volunteering opportunities, like you've just said, are for everybody. So, you know, whether you've got some strong arms and you can help bump in, or whether you want to assist with the actual high tea, or is it like an afternoon tea as well?
Yes.
So please make sure you make contact with the Cancer Council on that. Now, I was thinking before when we were chatting, if I was a family and maybe I couldn't participate in the relay, what would my experience be on the day? Because I've heard it's still exceptional.
Absolutely. We'd love you to come down, come through our gates and drop a gold coin in our bucket. We have food vendors there, kids activity and entertainment on our stage. We have Cafe de Relay as well. So families are welcome to come around, walk a lap if they'd like, grab something to eat and join in our experience.
Fabulous. And of course each year you're raising more and more money for a very good cause. So tell us where the money goes to.
In Western Australia, the money goes into research as well as practical services. So we run the Milroy and Crawford Lodge, which is accommodation for country cancer patients, as well as the telephone helpline, the wig service, and financial assistance. So it really is, a fantastic way to support people with cancer and their families through their journey.
That's fabulous. And for more information, where would we go?
Our website, relayforlife.org.au, or call 1300 65 65 85.
So super excited about this event. Just to give it one final plug and making sure I've got the dates right, because there's so much on in Perth now. 3rd and 4th of May, is that correct?
That's right, down at the Venues West, WA Athletic Stadium. From 2 p.m, our opening ceremony kicks off and we're there for 24 hours.
Brilliant. Well, look, I need to say this as well. Congratulations to you as the chair, because this is your 3rd year and is a large group of volunteers. It's great work that you do.
Thank you.
And, we'll be there on the day to support you.
Fantastic. We'd love to see you.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you next time on The Couch.
Thank you.
Okay. Their website to check out, thecouch.com.au as usual, but back to you for now, Fred.
Thank you very much, Neesha. There I am there. Okay, what I was going to just ask Elisha, if I just quickly can. Elisha, we've got some guests coming in a few weeks' time about the Relay for Life. A lot of people aren't aware there's more than one Relay for Life being run. Is that right?
That's right. We have events all over Western Australia. So there's the Perth event, Curtin University, UWA, Rockingham, Kwinana. We have a Kalgoorlie event, Geraldton, Albany, Busselton and Bunbury.
And the reason I ask you is because so many people think they've missed out, and I just wanted to tell people that I'm over here. It's all right, over there I think it is. People think they've missed out, and they haven't missed out because there's so many different events, but just go to the website, the Cancer Council, or relayforlife.com.au.
That's right, and you can search in your state for which event you'd like to participate in.
Fantastic. I might even make it down this year.
Oh, we'd love to have you.
Maybe I'll come down and sing something for you.
Absolutely.
What time does it close?
Well, 2 p.m. to 2 p.m, so there's 24 hours. You're welcome to come down
So what if I come at
time.
about 1:45? That should just about close the gates for you. Would I start singing?
Perfect.
Fantastic event. Thank you to Neesha as well. And we will take a break on the couch and be back with a fantastic young girl who's going to be performing for us at the end of the show, but we're going to introduce her right up next. Well done. Thank you very much.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. OZITO, give it a go with OZITO. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.
Welcome back to The Couch here on Aurora Television around Australia. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce young people who do wonderful things in the community. 11 years old is a very young age, and when you can be so mature at 11 years old, it's a bit of a, I think it's a bit of a role model for other young kids to look up to. This next guest, I'm going to try and pronounce her name. It's Anica. I think I got that right. Say yes. Yes?
Yep, that's good.
Yep, she said yep. Anica's with us today, and she's talking to our very own Neesha. I got your name right?
You did, thank goodness for that. It's only been
Over to
5
you.
years. No. Thank you so much, Fred. And I would like to present to you Anica, as you are known as an artist.
Yep.
So welcome to the show. First time on the couch, but I'm sure that you'll be on the couch a lot more in the future. Tell me about Anica.
Well, I am your average 11-year-old. I am a nerd, and I'm proud of it. I like a little funny in my life, and yeah, generally I'm just a normal 11-year-old.
A normal 11-year-old, and but look, you are so well spoken for a normal 11-year-old. So I'm very, very impressed.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, we're going to see you perform in the show, but can you tell us what's your music about?
Well, my music is about empowering girls and women because I think that we do just as much as any man, but we don't get recognised for it. So I really think that's important.
Fantastic. So I guess, you know, what drives you and inspires you to get that message out?
Well, it's something that I really believe in, so.
Yeah. And there's some, I guess, why Fred thinks you're so sensible and amazing is that he's heard your philosophy. There's sort of 3 key things close to your heart.
Yeah. My first one is work hard, play hard, you know, and you deserve to give yourself that.
Yeah.
And my next one is have humility, know that you can always do better. And my final philosophy is that you should help others. If you can, go out of your way to do so.
Oh, fantastic. And once again, I can't articulate how sensible that is for an 11-year-old.
Can I just interrupt?
You can, of course you can, Fred.
Now let's cut the crap. Where is the real Anica? Are you really like this all the time?
No, well,
I like your words, because you know kids out there, Anica, would be watching you and going, oh, Mum, I want to be like her. Does your mum, the way you are, does it come from a role model? Is your mum your role model? Is someone in your life your role model? Is it Neesha?
Oh, Neesha.
just
Neesha is my idol.
Because a lot of kids may look up to you, and I just wonder, they want to know how you got this wisdom.
Well, I guess, I guess I might have always had it, but I kind of doubt that.
You're very confident, which I think is amazing for you. Can I ask you, before Neesha takes over again,
I'm staring at
where
you,
are kids going wrong today? I mean, why do you feel you need to be a role model for women, for young girls? Where are kids going wrong these days?
I guess we don't believe in ourselves, and we always feel like we're not good enough, and we should just go and play on our iPads the whole day. Yeah.
Because I've got a 12-year-old niece, a young girl. She goes at Chisholm at school, and she spends a lot of her time doing YouTubing, and she watches girls shopping on there and things. And I always think you shouldn't stay on your iPad all day.
No.
You should be out there doing other things. She's into art and she's into music, and she's now taking up modelling again.
Well, there you go.
Is that a good thing?
Well, if there's something you really want to do and you believe in it, then go for it. And don't let anything stop you.
Amazing. Well, can I just say, I think you're an inspiration, because you are the real thing. And a lot of kids, and it's very rare to see an 11-year-old with the real thing. Yeah. And I think you should be impressed with yourself.
Thank you.
I'll throw back to
Appreciate
Neesha.
that. Thank you, Fred. I was just mesmerised with the interview. So let's.
She's a role model for me, Neesha.
Oh, I can see that.
Fred. Thank you.
So let's talk about the future, because being only 11, you've got a vast one in front of you. What would you like to achieve in the future?
Well, I would really, really love if my songs could play on the radio, because it's really hard to get them up there, but that would be awesome. And a collaboration with a pop artist, I would absolutely love that. And I would also like to get an acting job, like in a comedy or something, because I really love to act. Yeah, that would be lots of fun.
Any particular collaborations? So do you have any favourite artists that you'd like to work with?
Okay, so I have a big list here. Okay, Beyonce.
Ooh,
okay.
Yes, very good.
Pink. Jess Glynn from Rotherby. Yep. And Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yes.
And Pitbull. I like him. And
That's
Eminem.
great. Wow.
And there's heaps of others, but
good variety there.
Yeah.
How about comedies? What shows do you see yourself on?
Ooh. Will I see myself on, or what I actually like watching?
Oh, yeah, get it right. Well, both. Sorry, both.
Okay. My favourite TV show, funny TV show, is The Big Bang Theory. I'm sorry, I love that show.
Oh, that makes
it's hilarious.
sense.
Yep. My favourite character is probably Sheldon.
Sheldon's pretty funny. Yeah, fantastic. Well,
strange man.
Do you really watch that show?
I do actually. I do.
think you need to go out and do more counselling and helping young people. That show is crap.
Excuse me.
No, look, it's each
That's
to their own.
inappropriate, Fred.
Nisha, did you know all the people she was talking about in the music industry?
Oh, most of them. There was only one rap artist there that I might be a little bit old for, but I know most of them.
I know we're running out of time and they're giving us the wine, but we've got about a minute more because we'll cut somewhere else.
Yep.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
Your song that you're going to sing for us today, what's it called?
It's called I Know It.
Who wrote that?
Collaboration between Mum and I and my piano teacher.
And what's it about?
It is about, so it's almost like this guy likes you, except you don't need him to tell you how good you are, because you know it, pretty much.
And you do know it. Do you know what's coming up next?
What?
The contact promo. I'm going to thank you, Neesha, for trying to do the interview and I took over. Thank you to Anica.
I'm very respectful.
Yeah.
Did you want to wrap up with the website? Did you want to wrap up and throw back to me?
Yes, please.
Go for it.
Thanks. Anica, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Looking forward to seeing you perform. All the best. I'm sure you'll come back on the show, though, to give us an update, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Brilliant. Now, for more information, go to our website, thecouch.com.au. And thank you, Fred, for your valuable contribution as well. Really appreciate it. Back to you.
I just think she's got more common sense than both of us put together.
Probably.
I feel like it is so nice to see a young person that isn't doing, can I say, drugs, alcohol and stupid things. And we don't see enough young kids doing great things. So well done. Would you like to look at that camera there for me, Anica, and throw to the contact promo? Say if you'd like to contact us, this is how you do it.
If you'd like to contact us, this is how.
If you're looking for more info on anything you've seen on today's show, head to thecouch.com.au. It's where you'll find all the links for our guests, plus clips from the show, backstage photos, and even exclusive movie reviews. You can also sign up as a couchie and be part of our competitions, including Spin It to Win It. New Zealand viewers, that's open to you too. So jump online and check it out now. thecouch.com.au.
It is always thecouch.com.au, and don't forget, join up as a couchie because we'd love you to be part of Spin It to Win It. That's coming up at the end of the show with OZITO. If you're into renovations or repairs around the house or just want to have a power tool between your hands or fingers or whatever, you might win it on. I don't know where I'm going with that, but you know what I'm saying. OZITO, fantastic people with power tools. Thanks to Bunnings and go to our website and become a couchie. Now, someone that's probably not very good with power tools because she's too busy with colours, and a lot of appliances don't come in many colours, but she's great when it's about talking style. And today she's got a guest with her today that keeps talking, even though we're not allowed to talk while we haven't thrown to him. But that's all good. Jennifer Gillson is back, talking style. Welcome back.
Thank you, Fred. You're very funny. Now, my guest today is Paul Counsel, and he's an absolute expert on self-image. Welcome to the couch, Paul.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, every day at Image by Jennifer, we work with clients, which is all about self-image. And when I meet a client, I start with them here and I take them to here, and that's all about dealing with their image. So what exactly is self-image?
Self-image is essentially the internal picture that we actually hold of ourselves, and so it's the most important aspect of yourself, that if you want to pursue something, if you want to drive something, if you want to change something, then you've really got to address that internal system that you hold, and it's like the joystick of your whole life.
And so if you don't have that and you don't understand that aspect of it, how will you try to achieve that in day-to-day life?
Well, it's really difficult because in day-to-day life we've got so much of the external marketplace pursuing and placing images and feeding us images and bombarding us with images on the outside, but very few messages are actually dealing with the real control process on the inside, which of course is self-image.
So what you're saying is we are influenced by, say, the external visions, images that we see on a day-to-day basis, and we try to emulate that, because that's what I see in my work every day. Women and men are saying, but these clothes don't fit me, I don't know how to wear them. So they're actually coming from an external point of view rather than from within, saying, well, this is actually who I want to be, which is what when I'm working with a client, I work with who's inside and then bring that outside. So it sounds very similar to what you're talking about with the self-image.
Yeah, look, the external world is hugely powerful and it's hugely influential. But there was a surgeon, a plastic surgeon in the 1960s and 50s by the name of Maxwell Maltz, and he would take people's external image and he would make some adjustments, and what he would consider those adjustments to be would be, you know, external beauty, but people still weren't happy. And yet with other people he could make a millimetre difference and yet they would be ecstatically happy. And so he was wondering, well, what's the difference? And really he discovered the difference is the image that you actually hold of yourself. And if that if you're controlling that image, you know, rather than having the external world control that image, then you are much more able to live, you know, a greater sense of happiness and a greater sense of achievement and a greater, you know, intimacy in relationships.
So from the sounds of it, it sounds like he tapped into something which I would think would be marketing and then took it forward into what we have today. Because if you can play on someone's image, then you can actually get them to go forward and buy and consume. Is that right?
Well, you can externally influence it because, you know, there is so much going on. But if you think about, if you want to change your image, then you've got to think about the levels of causality. I mean, something's got to cause something to want to move from point A to point B. And so if you think about levels of causality, then you're getting to much more effective sort of territory in terms of somebody changing themselves on the inside.
And I completely understand that, because when I'm working with a client, they don't come to me unless they're in a transition phase. They're ready to take those steps forward. So what would be the causality for that person to want to come to someone like me or someone like you to make those changes in their life?
It's a really good question. And if you think about it, we live in a world that sort of know-how has sort of been removed, and now that sort of know-how is in the hands of other people. And so what we want to do is regain that know-how. I mean, you know, if you think about know-how as opposed to just how. And so when you've got know-how, you can actually, you know, do a whole lot of things yourself. And then you've got to say, well, okay, so what's a level of motivation to get that know-how?
So basically, they need the tools, they need the skills to move forward and go ahead to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. That was incredibly interesting. Now, if you would like more information, Paul has actually offered one of our lucky viewers a one-on-one consultation where he will take you through some of the things we spoke about today and how it can work for you. You can go to my website, imagebyjennifer.com.au, for more information. And as always, Fred, you can go to thecouch.com.au. Back to you, Fred.
I can just say you nailed that one, Jennifer. You're even better than me, I think. Well done for your second appearance. You did incredibly well. Can I just say as well, Paul has got a website. It is, of course, paulcounsel.com.au. That's paulcounsel.com.au. Now, if you did miss those details, you can go to our website, like Jennifer said, and there'll be Jenny's website there, our website there, and also Paul's. That's my microphone making that funny sound. We need to take a break on the couch because I'm getting excited because OZITO are giving away another great appliance. That's coming up on the couch right after this, and Jenny will be back in a couple of weeks with another great segment. Stay tuned, the couch is back.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. OZITO, give it a go with OZITO. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference. It's time to play Spin It to Win It, proudly supported by OZITO. Give it a go with OZITO.
It certainly is time to play Spin It to Win It, thanks to OZITO, as Adrian said. We've got Paul Munro from Yokine as our contestant today. Paul, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Paul, I know your dulcet tones, you were on radio a while ago, but you're a journalist?
I am. I'm a journalist and used to be on one of the big radio stations here in Perth.
Very big, number one here in Perth.
Yes, and
all your years in radio, what was the worst thing that ever happened to you?
The worst thing that ever happened? I think when the news bed started playing and I wasn't in the studio.
Was it
right
here, right now?
So it was a mad dash to the studio.
And what did you do, run?
Run, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yes, and it was a rather panting news bulletin.
And these days they pre-record a lot of stuff, so
they do.
And you're a freelance journalist?
I am at the moment, so doing a few things around Perth and around Australia. So yeah, really enjoying it. Yep.
And is it a lot of work here in WA?
There is, but you know, yeah, around Australia, it's there's plenty of work. Definitely.
Well, let's do your audition because someone out there could be wanting that voice of yours.
Yes.
Would you like to know what you're going to play for today on Spin It to Win It?
I would. It'd be great.
Well, let's have a look.
On the wheel tonight, you could win one of these fantastic prizes. A random orbital sander. With a powerful variable speed 450 watt motor, soft grip handle, and dust bag, it makes the toughest sanding jobs a breeze. It's a heat gun. It has variable temperature control and comes with 4 nozzles and 2 scrapers to make all of your paint removal jobs a breeze. It's a multi-function sharpener. It sharpens drill bits, knife blades, scissors, chisels, and planer blades. The high-speed grinding wheel ensures a fine, razor-sharp finish every time. Or how about a 3rd sheet sander? Ideal for sanding flat surfaces, it features a dual fan design for improved dust extraction. Or how about a spray painting gun? Designed for painting fences, boats, louver doors and furniture, it can spray both oil-based and water-based paints and has an adjustable spray pattern, putting you in control of your painting task. It's an electric engraver. Make your mark on your valuables with this electric engraver. Suitable for engraving a wide variety of materials, including metal, aluminium, plastics and brass. Or a buffer polisher. It can be used for cars, boats, granite, marble and stainless steel surfaces. With its random orbital action, it achieves an excellent finish without the swirl marks. Any one of these prizes could be yours when you spin it to win it.
That is all the great prizes, Paul. Now, you said to me you want to win a lawnmower.
I do, yeah.
Why a lawnmower?
Well, I've got the whippersnipper at home and, yeah, there's a lot of patches through there, so I want a consistent cut. So a lawnmower would be great.
All right. Well, I've seen on there, there's no lawnmower, but if you... you never know. You never know. Can you pick a number from 1 to 7 for me?
Usually my lucky number is number 12, so
number 12?
Let's go. It's not on there, so let's go
1
with
or
2.
2. Number 2. So if you land on 2,
yeah.
not only will you win what's at number 2, which I won't tell you yet,
yep.
but you'll win everything.
Fantastic.
All the 7 prizes worth thousands.
Oh,
or hundreds anyway.
Let's spin it.
Let's spin it. Thank you very much. Here's Paul Munro from Yokine, spinning to win it. And Paul, do you listen to a lot of news?
I do. I watch a lot of news, watch a lot of Sky News.
The MH370 story, how does that sort of take you?
I don't think we're ever going to know what's happened.
I don't know. I'm starting to believe it never went down in WA.
Well, it's probably landed somewhere and they're all having a party.
I think so. Probably the most common sense you've had there. Number 4, Paul, let me tell you what you've landed on. The orbital sander you have actually won. Now, Paul, you picked number 2. Would you like to quickly spin again, or would you like to take the orbital sander?
Oh, let's spin again.
Spin it again. Just quickly. Do you know what one of the best stories you ever covered were?
There's been some major stories. I think probably the Japanese tsunami. There's been so many major stories, but yeah, live stories are great.
All right, here we go, Paul. Now, Paul picked number 2. It hasn't landed. Oh, it might get it. No, it's number 5. Number 5 is the spray gun.
Fantastic.
Do you need a spray gun?
I do.
You do now.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks, Fred.
Thanks for being on the show today.
You.
We're also going to give you a couple of Gold Lounge tickets so you can go and watch a fantastic movie at Reading Cinema. So you can go and do that as well, but you can take your spray gun and maybe graffiti the place.
Possibly.
Not. All right, thank you, Paul,
Thanks,
for being
Fred.
on the show. If you want to be like Paul and be part of Spin It to Win It, this is how you do it.
If you'd like to be a contestant on Spin It to Win It, all you have to do is head to thecouch.com.au, sign up as a couchie, and you'll be automatically registered to play. That website again, thecouch.com.au. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much. Adrian was saying to me, stop talking in the reads. Thank you to Paul. If you want to be like Paul and win some great prizes, that's how you do it. That is it for the show today. Thank you to our director, Liam Kyle, who's back for the next 6 weeks, so looking forward to working with him. Thanks to all the great crew. Thanks to you at home, and thanks to you in New Zealand. We're going to go out with Anica, a beautiful song, but you already knew it. Here it is, I know it. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Listen up, boys. Here's some advice for you. You don't need to say I'm beautiful to feel it. You don't need to say I'm witty to be funny. You don't need to say I'm intelligent to feel smart. I'm the girl and I know it. You don't need to give me ideas, I got my own. You don't need to tell me I can't, I know I can. You don't need to tell me I'm special, I can see it. I'm the girl and I know it. So stop all the lies and the petty flattery. It ain't gonna work on me. I know it, I know. I was fine without you before. I know it, I know. Please don't build me up, I don't wanna fall. You don't need to spend all your money on me. Yes, you're cute and yes, you were funny. And maybe when you learn to respect me, oh baby, there'll be a possibility. So stop all the lies and the petty flattery. It ain't gonna work on me. I know it, I know. I was fine without you before. I know it, I know. Please don't build me up, I don't wanna. I'm sure that you've got good intentions, but you don't need to promise me everything. I know what I can do. So did I forget to mention? You don't need to say I'm beautiful to feel it. You don't need to say I'm funny to be funny. You don't need to say I'm intelligent to feel smart. I'm the girl and I know it. You don't need to give me ideas, I got my own. You don't need to tell me I can't, I know I can. You don't need to tell me I'm special, I can see it. I'm the girl and I know it. I know it, I know. I was fine without you before. I know it, I know. Please don't build me up, I don't wanna fall. And I know it.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. OZITO, give it a go with OZITO. Refresh pure water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.